Good day, everyone. In this topic, we are to discuss about one of the historical events happened years ago, which is the first Catholic Mass held in the Philippines. And to prove a point stand about the first Mass was in Masao, Butuan City and not in Limasawa, Homonhon, and Mahaba Island. On March 31, 1521, the first documented Catholic Mass in the Philippines was held. It was conducted by Father Pedro de Valderrama of Ferdinand Magellan's expedition along the shores of what was referred to in the journals of Antonio Pigafetta as Masao. The first Holy Mass marked the birth of Roman Catholicism in the Philippines. Raha, Colombo, and Siago were the first natives of the archipelago, which was not yet named Philippines, until the expedition of Ruy Lopez de Villalobos in 1543 to attend the Mass among other natives inhabitants. Antonio Pigafetta's account, The First Voyage Around the World, by Antonio Pigafetta, translated by Lord Stanley of Alderley, 1874.
Antonio Pigafetta was a famous Italian traveler who studied navigation and known by the name of Antonio Labardo or Francisco Antonio Pigafetta. Pigafetta was born into a wealthy Vicentia family and studied navigation among other things. He served on board the galleys of the Knights of Rhodes and accompanied the Papal Nuncio, Monsignor Cherigati, to Spain. Pigafetta, being in Barcelona in 1519, he heard about Magellan's expedition and being wishful to learn about the world, he asked for and obtained the permission to join the voyage. He joined the Portuguese Captain Ferdinand Magellan and his Spanish crew on their trip to Maluku Island under the flag of the Emperor Charles B. Pigafetta has the most complete account of Magellan expedition entitled Primo Viaggio Intorno al Mundo, or First Voyage Around the World. He was one of the 18 survivors who returned to Spain aboard the Victoria, and therefore considered as an eyewitness of the significant events happened on the first Mass, of which Magellan names it the islands of St. Lazarus, that is later called the Philippine Archipelago.
On September 8, 1522, the crew of the Victoria cast anchor in the waters of Seville, Spain, having just completed the first circumnavigation of the world. The journal of Ferdinand Magellan's voyage around the world in 1522, written by Antonio Pigafetta and was produced in Seville, Spain. Magellan route represents the confirmation of the Earth's roundness, is at the origins of the concept of globalism and the universality of knowledge. The distance from Butuan City to Seville, Spain is approximately 12,802 kilometers. Here are the supporting evidences for Masao. The location's name, all of the primary sources, notably Antonio Pigafetta's journal, which served as the voyage chronicler, mentioned the location by its three-syllable name, Masao, or a close variant. Limasawa is a four-syllable word that starts with a different letter. The next is the path coming from Homonhon. Based on the source records, the expedition traveled 20 to 25 leagues in a west-southwesterly direction from Homonhon, where they originally landed, to the location of the first Mass. The distance, or one half of it, would have been merely 14.6 leagues if they had been on Limasawa Island. Moreover, southern latest point separates the island of Limasawa from Homonhon.
The latitude location. The location of the area varies among the major sources, with some placing it at 90 north latitude and others at 9 2/3 degrees. The latitude position eliminates Limasawa since it is closer by 10 degrees and supports Masao Butuan because it is precisely at 9 degrees. The route to Cebu. The route the explorers took to get to Cebu is almost identical to the one that motor vessels presently take from Cebu to Butuan. Even after leading the explorers to Cebu, the king of Masao, Colombo, served as their interpreter and middleman when they met the Cebu king. On the other hand, there has never been any marine travel between Limasawa and Cebu. Pigafetta also stated that Cebu was 35 leagues away, or 140 miles. They would have traveled only 80 miles, or half of the reported distance, if they had come from Limasawa.
Geographical features. The following physical features of the First Kingdom point to Butuan rather than Limasawa as follows. A. The bonfire. the explorers who were attracted to the light present at night before they came to shore. Now the name Masao in Butuanon precisely means bright, which could refer to the local custom of celebrating a harvest by cooking rice flakes in open fires. By contrast, there are no rice fields in Limasawa. The Balanghay, which was a prominent feature of the story of their stay in the First Kingdom. It was said that the king came to their ship in a Balanghay, and Pigafetta and his companions attended a party in the ritual Balanghay with the local king. Butuan is now the site of at least 9 excavated Balanghay relics. By contrast, Limasawa has no significant archaeological relics or Balanghay tradition. Abundance in gold. The Western explorers got excited at the abundance of gold in Masao and Butuan, for that was the main currency at that time. Both archaeological sites, gold image of Agusan, and gold mines today attested to the abundance of gold in Agusan Valley. However, there are no gold in Limasawa.